Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. Thank you for joining me. If you want to follow along, we will be in Genesis chapter number 38, and starting in verse number 12. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to paraphrase what goes on here, kind of a long passage, 12 through verse number 19. Hope you will take time to read the exact words of the passage, but very simply, what's going on here is we are about to learn of the dangers of being in this world, of allowing the culture of this world to impact our lives. Sometime after the original events with Tamar and the other two sons had died, Judah's wife dies. And Tamar has been sent, if you remember, back to her father's house, told that one day, when my youngest son grows up, you can marry him. At some point, Judah goes on a trip with his friend Hira to where his sheep were being sheared. And again, this was a time of partying and festivity. And maybe Judah thought this would be a good trip, get my mind off my wife. Tamar gets news that Judah, her father-in-law, is going to be there. And she's realized, as you and I did a few verses back, that he had absolutely no intention of ever letting his son Shelah marry her. And so she decides, I'll just take matters into my own hands, and I'll work this out myself. So she dresses up like a prostitute and goes out by the side of the road where, again, the prostitutes typically sat. Well, Judah comes along and he sees her, and he was attracted to her. He has no idea who it is. And again, notice how easily he just strolls up to prostitute, almost like he knew what to do. Maybe he'd been there before. But he goes in, goes to her and says, what will it cost? And she tells him, he suggests, well, I'll give you one of my young goats in exchange. And she says, okay, that'll work, but I need something that guarantees me, since you don't have a goat with you, I need something that guarantees me that you'll deliver. And so she says, give me the cord from your robe, and this cord was again around the owner's neck, and then your staff. Give me those two things, and that I'll hold on to them until you send me my goat. Well, as things happen, she becomes pregnant. She goes home and goes back to acting like a widow again. And again, at this time, we see just, every time we think we've seen the bottom of this family, they shock us. But Judah here has allowed himself to be caught up in, again, you can go back and say this all began with his original scheme, lie, telling Tamar to go home, and one day I'll let you marry my son, when he had no intention of ever doing that. And so that original lie set all of these events in motion, and that's the danger of sin in our life. A sin today will end up many times, might be a week, a month, 6 months later, but that lie, that action today, somewhere down the road, grows up. And it has fruit and comes back to get us. And all of this, again, because Judah's allowing himself to be influenced by the world. He's involved in the things of the world, doing worldly things, things that are not godly. Again, I submit to you that how easily he went up to a prostitute beside the road. This wasn't the first time. And so he has lived this lifestyle, and now it's going to come back and bite him, as we will see as we proceed through the story. But again, it all began back there, that one simple lie: go on home, and somewhere down the road, I'll send my other son. Y'all can get married. It just reminds me of what the Bible tells us: be sure your sin will find you out. And this sin is about to be found out, and found out big, as it always is in every one of our lives. You think about it. Have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.